All right. Good evening, everyone. Of course, it's your boy Freak, and welcome to the very, very first episode of the TTM Frequently podcast, man. Look, I have a very, very special guest with me. The one and only, man, Mr. B. Jones himself. Y'all give it up for Mr. B. Jones.
What up, everybody? Y'all doing all right? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. And, since it's Sunday, well, I do this every day, but if it's one thing that I want to start, if it's one thing that I would like to break off all of my shows with is a prayer. So if you don't mind, can we bow our heads in a word of prayer? Dear most gracious Heavenly Father, I would like to first of all thank you for blessing us to even wake up this morning. Dear God, we want to thank you for blessing us with this opportunity. Thank you for even giving me the vision and the courage to even proceed in it. Lord, I just ask that you bless me. You also bless Brandon Jones as we conduct this interview, that everything may be glorified in your name and that you get all the glory. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Whew. How you doing, Coach?
Man, all good my way, bro. How about yourself?
I'm blessed. Man, thank you again for pulling up, man. Look, a lot of y'all don't know, we did a pre-test because it was going to be virtual about an hour ago, but then we ran into some difficulties and Coach said, you know what, I'll pull up. And, Coach, I really, really do appreciate that, Coach. I really, really do.
Man, bro, you just don't understand, man. Like, God works in mysterious ways. So, we were trying to get it virtual and we couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
So you sent me the address and the address wouldn't even, it sent me about 4 or 5 different locations.
Yeah.
So I was just like, man, let me call Freak back. And then you started giving me landmarks. I'm like, boy, this is where I grew up.
Yeah.
So, on the way down here, I was just thinking like, man, just, God is the root of everything. Cause like I said, across the street, that's where that's where I grew up.
Right.
The center, named after my grandfather, Dr. F.O. Jones. I mean, this is where I grew up.
I didn't know that was named after your grandfather.
Yeah, the center. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's why, you were like, I was like, where did he was like, these landmarks? I'm like, oh man, that's where I grew up at. And, I was just, I never went to Bearden, but man, Bearden used in the 80s, in the late, and from the 90s, man, Bearden used to jump. When I say jump, it's like, you had a lot of other cities, towns, like they were repping sets, gangs. You rep churches here.
Yeah. First Missionary Baptist Church.
I'm looking at the athletes, like all the athletes were like from Sparkman. Like you had like Coy Hughes, Wayne Hall, Kool-Aid, Joffrey, like they all went to a church in the Greater Bradley District. Then you got the greater across the street. You got Gary Anderson, myself, Tanisha Hughes, Puff.
Mm-hmm.
Who all was Ben Owens?
Been there.
I mean, and then you go on down the road. So, that's one thing that I think that has changed over time. Like especially in this community, like we all were competing against each other, even in church, like the Bible quiz, the Greater Bradley, relays. But one thing, the common denominator, we was all involved in the church. So that's one thing that I can, when I was riding down here, I was like, man, like all the athletes that was in the Greater Bradley District, I'm just, it's crazy. Yeah. So Bearden had we like I said, we was all connected by the church though.
By the churches. Yeah, and man, and to be honest, like, bringing you back to that kind of sort of got, man, that's how I've been knowing you, for a very long time. So, but a lot of people, Coach, they might not know you as well as I know you. So if you don't mind, just tell the listeners a little bit about yourself, man. Where you from?
Well, I'm from Thornton, Arkansas. Like I was just saying, Bearden is where I really grew up at, hanging around with the church. We all got together, sung in the Greater Bradley District Youth Choir. You talking about, we may play against each other on a Friday night, and we gotta go sing with each other on a Saturday morning.
Really still beef a little bit. Yeah.
But I mean, it was some good dudes here. I mean, you talking about like Sherrod Dunn, Ken Janelle, my boy there. Shout out Ken.
Yeah, shout out Ken.
Man, we just grew up in the church here. Like Tim Dunn, like I remember looking up to them guys. Like you had Big Purvis, like all these boys, Quincy boy, all these boys. So. But yeah, like I said, my grandfather pastored at the church, for 50 years. So, I'm just a country boy from Thornton, Arkansas.
All right. So Coach, look, I got a 2-part question for you, man. Right. Now listen, we finna get a little deep here. Cause it's just a little 2-part question. First part of it is, what made you want to go ahead and get into coaching?
Man, that's all I know. With my dad, growing up, I'm just around him. And then my mom was in education, and my grandfather was the principal.
Your mom paddled me a couple of times. I just want you to know that, Coach.
It couldn't have hurt. It couldn't have hurt that bad.
I just want you to know, Coach. Yeah, I had your mom in 3rd grade. Yeah.
I don't believe she could swing that paddle though.
She paddled me.
Now, Miss Betty Moore in Thornton, she had that whip. Miss Tana Casey, she could paddle, but no, just with my parents being in education, and the crazy thing about it, my dad coached in Fordyce.
Mm-hmm.
Mom was teaching here in Bearden, and I was going to elementary in Thornton. So they were like, "Well, where you?" They were like, "Where you going?"
Gonna do?
My dad like, he going to school with me. So that's how I wound up not going to Bearden. But I was cool with that. But like I said, my grandfather was a principal, so education was all I ever known. I remember in my kindergarten graduation at Thornton, what you going to be when you grow up. I was like, so I'm going to be a coach like my dad. So I've been saying that since kindergarten.
See, I'm glad you answered it. I'm glad you answered that just like that because that followed up as far as my second question. So first of all, I ain't never beat your dad. Like I done played against him my whole life, never beat a 4X team. Now your dad, the coach, the court is even named after him. So with the reputation and the legacy like that, do you feel pressure to, we all want we want to outdo our parents, but is there like a competition? But do you feel pressure as far as?
No, we used to talk about that. And, one thing about having a good father, you're never going to be better than your father.
Yeah.
You have a good one. And, I always said, if I could be half the man my dad was, I'll be all right. And, so, that one never really was any pressure. I just know he always told me, you got to be your own man. And, just try to do things right and best of your ability. So no, it ain't never really been any pressure.
All right. So Coach, man, like I stated earlier, Coach, I've been following you for a while, ever since Dermot and really assistant coaches before. So Coach, but it's one thing I noticed, I did a little homework, Coach, and this might not be an exact fact, but I was looking, Coach, every year since you have started coaching, you have either gotten conference runner-up, conference champs, you making the district tournament, you making the regional tournaments. Like, Coach, in every school, wherever you are, you build up a program, you build these young men up. So what's that sauce to building up these good teams?
It's simple. You gotta love them, you gotta coach them hard and love them harder. When I go to a new place, I connect with the kids. We don't even talk basketball.
Yeah.
Kids need to know before they know what, they don't care about what you know basketball wise. They need to know, do you care? So it's easy. If you don't have the interest in the kids, then, it's going to be tough. And the kids know off the top if you genuinely care about them. So that's the secret. Like before we even talk about running plays or, we talk about loving each other and becoming a young man that can function in the community.
Yeah.
So that's once you get that foundation laid, the basketball playing that just follows suit.
So now, Coach, so for you just stated that, you getting to know them and everything like that. So for because I personally know you build very, very personal relationship with these players, just like I do. We do what we can with these players. So once you leave a school, does that make it hard, to go to another school to coach because you have that connection with the community?
It makes it's kind of a bittersweet. It makes it hard because you're leaving kids that you've watched to grow and get better. But at the same time, it's a happy feeling because it's kind of like when your kids go off to college, you've put them in the right position to succeed. And now you get to watch that grow because, even my players in Durham, I know when I leave, I ain't out your life. Like I'm calling. If you need me, call me. So, even in Durham, I still talk to a lot of my players, now. So that when you build a genuine relationship, where you go doesn't change, the relationship.
All right. So, hold on, Coach, man, cause man, you get deep because that, cause I really do feel that because like I said, Coach, man, building these relationships with these players is because a lot of people don't know these kids are good kids. Now, to be honest, a lot of them, they may be a little misguided, they might have some trouble and stuff going on, but at the end of the day, these kids, they are still, They good kids.
Well, I mean, I agree with you because I mean, people always, they ask, as far as, well, why do you help this kid, or why is it so important for you to see these kids succeed? And it's just simple. Like, if I didn't have the village that I had and family that I had, it could have been me. So,
right.
You take you take the values that your people instilled in you, and you try to share that to make them better.
Right. So, Coach, man, you had a great year with these Hampton. Well, I love them Hampton boys, man. Coach, man, you had a very, very great year. But, man, I'm pretty sure I want to know the rest of the world want to know what was the process in transferring to a new school, and what went behind the decision? Well,
Dermot was a great place. Gave me my first head coaching job.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was just, I felt that it was just time. I thought I'd done everything I could have possibly done at Dermot. At that point, my dad had just had a stroke a couple years after. So I wanted to come back and help out with them. But, he's doing pretty good now. So that's why I feel like I'm able to venture out just a little bit again. But the main thing was, I needed to be closer to home at that moment. Hampton was in our district for the 2 years, 2 out of 3 years I was at Dermot. And man, I saw Hampton had great facilities, and they had talent.
Yeah.
And, I've
been watching for a while.
I was just intrigued. And when the job came open, it just got, all I can say, he was just like, you can go do something with this. And I was like, and I'm all for challenges.
Right.
And I was just, I was down for it. I knew I had a good support system. I mean, shout out Dex support system. Like, he putting it down.
Yeah.
Like,
shout out Dex, man. Shout out
that boy
Dex.
there. He's the best trainer in the South. Like, he gets at it.
Yeah.
So when you got people like that in your corner, like, all you got to do is put in the work.
Right.
So, and that's what went along with, coming to Hampton.
So for Coach, man, all right, Coach. So do you, man, like I said, Coach, remarkable season. Like personally, I love watching y'all. I try to come watch y'all as much as I possibly could. So I'm just gonna be honest, Coach. I cried on the way home when we lost to England.
Me and you both.
And I just want to know, is there anything that you feel as if that y'all could have possibly done different to bring it home? Or?
You always second guess yourself, on different stuff. We had a great season. I just feel like that particular game, I knew going in, we talked about it. We had to keep them out of the paint, and, we had to rebound with them. I felt like we lost that game probably the last 2 minutes in the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Derek Clark, we had good players, but Derek was the toughness, the muscle that we had. Like,
I love
man, Tyrell, they could go, but that muscle that we needed, that's what DJ brought.
Yeah, cause we good.
We didn't rebound. We gave up too many second chance buckets in that last 2 minutes. And like I said, England was a good team.
Yeah.
The bracket just fell that way. I mean, the whole year, England, I don't think they ever dropped they were always at least top five.
They were always top five.
They were always top five. I mean, if you look at that whole bracket, I mean, it was loaded. You're talking about Barton, EPC, us, England. We all on the same side. So it was just one of those years.
Yeah. The toughest had to make it out.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm.
So Coach McGee.
Mm-hmm.
You congratulations, like I said, on being named the new head coach. So how did that come about?
Well, McGee is, me and Coach Pace, like, he's like a mentor to me.
Mm-hmm.
After, him and my dad always been close friends. So after my dad, had that stroke, my dad wasn't feeling well. So Coach Pace, that's who I'm leaning to. And, he took the time out when he was like, he has his own team to coach.
Mm-hmm.
And he would still call me, or we'll talk in the mornings about our matchups. And, I just felt like it was a good time and a good place to go to keep I ain't going to never be Coach Pace, but Coach Pace has set the standard there. So I just want to add to what he's done. I mean, I know the name on the court has got to be coming soon. Jerome Pace, it's got to be coming soon, but, just getting the opportunity to be his successor had a big influence on that.
Okay. Okay. So for Coach, another question is, so I just, like, because a lot of people, they don't see what actually goes on behind doors to coaching. So for like, you don't mind, could you tell me a couple things of like, what's the bad things that go behind coaching, but then what are some of the more rewarding things that we don't see as fans?
Well, I won't say bad, but I'll just say because everything that may kind of look negative is part of the process to being positive.
Right.
The late night phone calls, if your kids if your parents may be looking for their kids and they gonna always coach. Have you seen them? Certain situations you worry if the kids got enough to eat. If they're making the right decisions out, because we've all been teenagers and we just, I just worry about them and just to make sure they're doing what's right. I've been fortunate to have a good group of kids, and they fell in line, far as punctuality, they know punctuality is my pet peeve. Like we got practice, like at 8 a.m., like 7:45, we ought to be ready to go.
Yeah.
And, I would ride them for that. And, I think at the beginning, that they didn't like. But it's always like that. Yeah. I don't like it, but once I get through it and see the process, I respect it and understand. Like we was having 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. practice.
Ooh, yeah, and, I was seeing those boys posted on their social media.
And the thing about it, when you're trying to start a program, you really need to see who really invested. I mean, we gonna practice at 3 o'clock sometimes, but it's easy to say, hey, we got practice at 3 o'clock. Yeah. That's easy. But 6 a.m., 6:30, now you get to see who's really invested, who really is trying to be a part of your program. And then, and the most important thing, I do it because I don't want to do it. And that helps with discipline. Like the stuff that you want to do that you don't want to do, that's what you got to do. And you got to do it like you love it. So that's always my reason. But that was kind of the ugly part. And the thing about it, the players that stuck with the program and had success, they bought in.
Yeah.
So the ones that couldn't handle the 6 a.m., 6:30, it wasn't for them.
Yeah.
I tell anybody, playing for me is hard. It ain't for everybody. But I promise you, when it's all said and done, you're going to love and enjoy, because no coach is going to love you more than I love my player. You might love them the same, but and my boys were spoiled. They got a lot of stuff. Dermot or Hampton.
Yeah.
I mean, they get a lot of stuff.
I really appreciate that, because every school, like I said, you either doing photo shoots, new uniforms, new shooting tops.
Yeah.
Like you really show these communities, these players that you love and invested in them. And I really love that about you, Coach. I really do love that about you, Coach. So, Coach, so now you've been coaching about 5 years? You going on 6 years now?
Head coach, yeah.
Head coach 5 years. So, Coach, all right. Inside your head coaching tendency, what team gave you the worst belt to butt that you ever caught? And what lessons did you learn from that? Oh, I'm talking just a good old, because everybody done got one.
Oh yeah,
everybody done got some.
Camden Fairview gave me a good one last year at the Classic, and I'm cool with it because they get, and I was just like, well, I'll see you down the road. And I mean, they had a great team, great coach, but it just motivated me. Like, hey, I want to see you again, and we returned that favor. At the Classic this year. So shout out Coach Jackson. He's an amazing coach.
Yeah, shout out Coach Jackson. Yeah, I love
Coach. But that game, man, they put it was BTA for real.
Yeah.
Let me see, is there another one?
What about Dermot? Did anybody get you in Dermot?
Oh, who got me in Dermot bad? Dumas got me pretty good. Who got me pretty good? I know Dumas got me pretty good, but we were young. But yeah, Dumas got me good. And Coach Harris, I got nothing but respect for him. So, I'm one of those coaches. Just to fill you in about it, if you beat me 30 or 40, I don't care how you play. If you want to press the whole game, that I ain't coaching your team.
Yeah,
because I'm not one of the teams. I'm not going to be one of the coaches. Why are you still pressing that? Because I'm not worried about your team. I'm worried about why my team can't get past.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
we doing something wrong.
Yeah, I've never been one of those coaches to cry, but like, he's running the score up. Okay. If I'm more concerned on, I need to be able to stop you from running. So I don't need you to pull your players back to not embarrass me. If you can beat me 50, beat me 50. No problem. Because I mean, I'm concerned on why my team is getting beat that way and what we got to fix to prevent that.
Okay. Yeah? So Coach, man, if it's one thing, this is a question that someone sent me in that they wanted me to ask you. It was like, so Coach, all right, like with AAU basketball, someone want to know, do you think that AAU basketball is messing up what goes on in high school basketball? Because some players, they may be able to do what they want in the summertime, but then once it comes down to a structured team, they kind of get a little lost in the sauce.
Well, I don't think it's AAU basketball. I think it's the program that your kid may be playing in, because AAU basketball, I just made a post about that, man. AAU basketball, when I was growing up, was where it was at. Yeah. Like, if you didn't play for like the Hawks, the Rockets, or the Wings, like elite, you really wasn't no true hooper. And the stuff that they was instilling in us, I know Coach Mike Green, shout out Mike Green, and Derek Williams and Mike Charles, their whole philosophy is, we're making you better for your high school team. Okay. Their goal was to prepare us for our high school team and get us ready for college. So I think it's just a program that you put them in. Now it's watered down because there's so many AAU teams. Like it was,
I just think it wasn't
that, like when I was coming up, you playing in the state, Arkansas State tournament was a big deal. But at the end of the day, if you went on the Wings, Rockets, or Hawks, you kind of really, or maybe the Lakers, people really weren't looking at you. So, so you had to be one of in the top to be on these teams. So it wasn't so, I think you're seeing more teams. You're seeing more teams, more players just playing. Back in the day, you had a small amount of teams, and it was the best versus the best. I think AAU now has turned into like a money grabbing scheme for a lot of organizations and coaches. Like, they ain't trying to teach you or prepare you. They just trying to get some money.
Mm-hmm. Well, real quick in the conversation, we got Jamie Ross. He told you what's up. We got my cousin here, Shakir. Ooh, I'm so sorry that butchered your name. Let's see here. Keith Thompson.
Make sure you better make sure you got me.
We got Vernon Wilson.
Coach Wilson. That's my dude there.
Derek Nelson, of course.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So for Coach, and all right, so Coach, right now, you started at, what was it, 1A?
1A.
Hampton went up to 2A now, and that number is 4A. 3A. Yeah. Coach, do you think there's really a difference in hoopers inside these classifications? Because this is a debate I get in with my friends all the time. Like, is there really a difference when it comes down to basketball as far as 1A hoopers and 6A hoopers?
I think the difference is the consistency of the players year in and year out. Mm-hmm. Like, you'll have some years where a couple 1A schools can beat 3A, 4A, but as a consistency year in, year out, those upward classifications are going to be better. Mm-hmm. You'll have better teams. Like, 1A was good this year. You had Earl, Dermott, Clarendon, and people,
shout out them Earl Bulldogs.
My boy Miller. But that's what people pretty much talked about all year. 2A, you had, even on the podcast with Arkansas Sports Report, you had them guys saying anybody from 1 through 6 or 7 could win it.
Right.
And pretty much in 1A, you kind of had a pretty clear idea who was going to be there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wanted to be my Bears, but man, we fell short, man. We got cheated. It'd be like that. But on to the next question. Yeah, speaking of that, Coach, we were supposed to play y'all Hampton team this year, but you ain't got to tell them. I know y'all got scared, but that's okay. It is what it is too. But Coach, I just want to know this, Coach. On the season up, Coach, what does basketball mean to you?
Man, basketball is everything to me. You got God, family, and even my parents. They're like, you need to do more stuff with the family. And they know when it's basketball. Yeah, I'm just all the way locked in. But now basketball, is everything to me. And when I say everything, I guess maybe it's not basketball, but it's the fact that it's an avenue to help young men become men.
Yeah, that's like your ministry to.
Yeah. So, I get paid to do it, but man, I love to do it. So it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah. Trust me, I know the feeling because I love watching these. I love like I've been in business about 5 years now. So like, man, just like this, Tyrell, man. I've been watching Tyrell and man, those boys since they were junior high boys, and to see them grow and to go to college like that's like the best.
Yeah, man, that's a great feeling, man.
I'm trying to get them, man.
Those young men, man, those are some exceptional young men. Like, they just, I probably don't give them enough credit, but they have, it's not even about basketball. They have matured so much academically, socially. They're genuinely, good people. To watch them grow up. I mean, Tyrell made a 21 on his ACT. Like, that was just, to watch that, like, I was like, man.
Hey, really? I didn't know that. Shout out to you. Hey, good job, really?
I'm talking about, like, Tyrell, and Derek Clark are the hardest two workers that I've ever coached.
Yeah.
I mean, and when I say hardest, like, not practice time, like Tyrell, after every home basketball game, man, it's like 10 o'clock. Coach, can I get some shots? It's doing football.
Yeah.
He getting there getting some shots. Before practice, coach, I need to come in and get some shots. The thing that I remember most, I probably always remember most about Tyrell, Man was sick, a couple of them was sick, and we played, but Man was so sick he couldn't go, but we went to the Dumas Classic, and Star City was good, real good, and they beat us by like 14 or 15 this past December. It was a 1 o'clock game, and we getting ready to start Christmas. It's the Saturday as we just started Christmas break.
Yeah.
So we stopped, ate Monticello, and, he didn't want to eat. Like, he's like, Coach, I'm good. I'm like, you sure? You want me to bring it? He's like, Coach, he ain't want nothing to eat. We pulled back up, and this is a Saturday afternoon. Coach, you don't mind? Hey, when you stay here, I got to get some work in. Like, it's I mean, how many kids on a Saturday afternoon when Christmas break started?
Yeah, I don't know.
After you just played the game.
Yeah.
He got dressed and pulled the balls out and went to work. And ever since then, like, I always knew he was going to be, going to make it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, he just got a work ethic that's there. But the thing about it, Dex, he knew that, like, he been around Dex more than I have.
Yeah.
And when I first got here, Dex was like, you got some good players. But it was like Tyrell the one. He the one who gonna work. And shoot, Dex was true. Like, Tyrell, that boy works.
Yeah. Well, once again, hey, shout out that man Dexter Porsche, man.
Porsche,
that's my
GOAT.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Like, I wish Dex would come to McGee with me for real.
Dex don't
for real.
All right now, Dex. Yeah. So Coach, one more thing, before we go ahead and close this out, Coach,
right.
I just want you just to go ahead and look that camera in the face and just tell the McGee fans what they getting. What is the McGee community getting with Brandon Jones?
You getting a gym rat. You getting somebody who's gonna love their players. We're gonna love the community. We're gonna give back to the community. Mm-hmm. That's one of my biggest things. The community always doing stuff for the players, but that's one part of my things that I try to instill in my boys is about giving back. Yeah. So, we did food drives, gave away candy Halloween to the kids. So you can expect all that. You can see disciplined kids. I'm always going to be checking their grades. I want them to act right at home. Yeah. In the community, at school. So just high energy guy that loves basketball and is going to love their players.
Well, Coach, look, man, Coach, I love you, Coach, man, and Coach, I really do.
Oh, appreciate you. It's all love, bro.
I appreciate it. Look, you already know, you gonna see me in McGee.
I need to, guys. You my PR guy. Like freak, I need you over there, man.
So, Coach, once again, Coach, I really do appreciate you for joining me for this very first episode, man. Look, y'all. Thank everyone who's on the live. Thank you all for those who show support, man.
Y'all support this, man. This dude here, man. He goes out of his way to expose y'all's kids. I know what he do takes time. Like the stuff that y'all see him doing on the floor. That's the easy part. Now you got to come back and put it together. And I mean, I watch him, bro. Like, he takes pride in it. And I mean, I'm proud of him because, I mean, you know, he started off, you know, football. Basketball, now you see him at all the big tournaments. He got the media pass for the state finals. Hey, he getting big time. I just hope he don't get too big time where he won't come.
No. Because Coach, whenever you get your ring, I'm gonna need me a little.
Man, you know I'm gonna take care of you. Yeah. We've been rocking a long time, bro.
Yes, sir. But once again, Coach, I appreciate
you for having me, bro. All love.
Yes, sir.